Hey, yo, what it is, what it do? Big Boss coming through, switch your lane out of the front. Big Boss, how a boss dog can't pop through the door, here to talk this boxing, fucking my soliloquy. When tough times don't last, cause people do the not shit. Carnival, the fella, man, you matter. Peak game, made the foes on what's around. Happy 713 days. You know what I mean? That's another Houston holiday. Houston got so many holidays, it's crazy. Uh, we clutched that, you know what we're talking about. Before I get into the main entree, the main dish, introduce our second host, future Hall of Famer. Brother in the hustle. Salute to all our soldiers, aka Coach B. I don't know how you feeling, man.
Hey, what it is, folks, like Capo said, we clutched up. We clutched out, we're here to talk about. Also, like you said as well, happy 713 day. Those that don't know about 713, go ahead and look that up. That's a long time, long standing, real deal area code out here in Houston, Texas. But it is what it is. Y'all know what I'm finna hit y'all over the head with next. Hey, God woke you up. He put breath in your body. Everything else is extra. Get up, take care of you, do you, take care of the family. With all that being said, I'm gonna pass it back to Capo.
We're gonna get to this final saga on the women's night. Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano. Uh, that was a masterclass performance for women's boxing. Uplifted the sport. Katie Taylor won. Coach, what did you see in that fight? And did you agree with the decision? Let me know something.
First and foremost, I did not agree with the decision. I think that fight was a 100% draw. Both ladies had their parts of the fight where they were in control 100%. They were being dominant towards the opposition. And like I said, both ladies had their point in the fight. And at the end, towards the end of the fight, yes, you kind of seen Katie Taylor. She kind of took control and just let it all hang out. But Serrano did the same. But at the same time, I think it was a little bit too late for Taylor and for her to squeak out those. I think it was the last round, maybe, or last two rounds she got that put her on top of the victory. But I thought those last two rounds that Katie Taylor won kind of just, put her dead even with Serrano, because Serrano, again, she was out there giving a woman's masterclass performance. And no disrespect to Katie, she's always delivering a masterclass performance as well. But I think it was nice, again, to see two tacticians going there. The last few times they went at it. Yeah, it was a bloodbath. There were no punches being pulled. There was no defense at all. They were just wailing off on each other. So again, way to come out and show the evolution and the revolution of how you grow in the sport of boxing for these two women. They show, hey, we don't have to just go in here and bloodbath ourselves in the ring. We can also get out here and make it, informal to the other females around the world, wanting and hoping and wishing to become professionals, grinding to be what they are on that level of boxing. But at the same time, like I said, it was, yeah, in my opinion, it was a draw. It was a draw, but judges got on different goggles from what we see at home and what we see at ringside. So it is what it is. The win went to Katie Taylor, and again, I would like to see Serrano in that position, but we know they not gonna fight again. They're not gonna fight again. It would be nice if they would to settle the difference, but they're not gonna fight again. But again, shout out to these two females for getting out there, showing that not only men can get out there and put on a boxing clinic, but women can as well. And going forward, if they continue to fight with, if Serrano and Katie Taylor continue to fight, we see them in the future. I look for them to continue to do what they do. They're one of the best women to participate in the sport of boxing. They've made a stamp on the female sport of boxing, and they've been doing it since the beginning of time, since they put their name into the lottery pick, and they've been showing up, showing out every time they get out there and perform and show what it is they've been doing behind the scenes in these training camps, and even when they're not in season. So again, shout out to all the ladies. That includes Marshall and Green as well. But with that being said, I'm gonna pass it back to Capo.
I agree with the draw. When you look at the stats, I mean, they both landed 70 punches. Um, now, uh, Serrano threw more punches, 382 to Katie Taylor's 231. Um, jab thrown, Katie Taylor threw 94 jabs, Serrano threw 217 jabs landed. You know, basically what I'm saying is that there are stats where Serrano's leading, there are stats where Katie Taylor's leading. It was a very close fight. Um, there's, the judges Maybe was looking at how Katie Taylor was moving around the ring. Sometimes that plays a factor too into them swaying uh, towards a certain fighter because certain fighters look in control and they know how to have that poker face. But I thought it was a draw. You know, sucks. You know what I mean for Amanda Serrano because she kept trying. The first fight, the second fight, I thought for sure she was gonna win, and the judges gave it to Katie Taylor, and then this one again. So sucks for Amanda Serrano. I do want her to keep fighting. Um, Alicia Baumgartner has talked about fighting one of them. So that could be a big fight in the future. Where these ladies can get in a square circle and put on for women's boxing again. So, um, but it sucks for Amanda Serrano. You know what I mean? She literally put her everything in that ring. She left that out in the ring. Um, there are some little things I wish Amanda Serrano would do more. Go to the fire. That's the only thing I I
Mhm.
I'm very critical about. It's like she could have stopped Katie Taylor from moving around if she would have just went to the body more.
Mhm.
So that's just me just being critical. Overall, it was a great fight. It was a wonderful venue. And shout out to Jake Paul. Like I said, I don't normally say that, man, but shout out to him for
I, I
putting.
I agree as well. Shout out to him. I don't like Jake Paul the fighter, but I do agree with Jake Paul the promoter. That was a beautiful event he put together for especially for all females cards. There's no disrespect to females, but it's kind of hard to put together a solid card all the way through and through, and each fight delivers and you pack out a stadium, especially a stadium like Madison Square Garden in the middle of New York. Those people are diehard boxing fans, so when you put on the show in Madison Square Garden, you got to make sure you come correct because you might not be able to come back if you put on the boring show. But again, Turkey Sheik, you need to take some notes from your boy Jake Paul. Maybe y'all can get on the same page and get Jake Paul out of the ring. And y'all can collab on something and actually make Turkey's promotional standpoint actually make sense. But again, don't want to pick up that stick and beat a dead horse. Shout out to Jake Paul for putting that card together. Shout out to the women for coming through and making sure it goes accordingly.
We've reached the end of the podcast. We really appreciate y'all for watching this video. Stay tuned for our next couple videos. We got some great content coming. Continue to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, we cluster, we cluster. You know what we're talking about. Haha.